The Cottonwood County Citizen proudly presents Athlete of the Week.
GDF is proud to sponsor this week's student athlete. GDF is your go-to for everything Bobcat, Toro, trailers, and attachments. Give us a call, 507-831-5342, and here's to your student athlete of the week.
I'm joined right now by Wyndham Junior Bryce Green, our Athlete of the Week this week. Congratulations, Bryce.
Thank you.
Let's go back to Thursday's meet in Jackson. And obviously the course in Jackson is very different than what you ran on last Monday at the Eagle Invite. A much hillier course, a little bit more tricky. What was the preparation like to run on a more hilly course?
We practiced some hills a few days before the race, and you just had to know how to pace yourself so that you didn't burn out on the last hill.
Take me through how that race evolved, because I know that for the most part, the last couple of races, you've kind of gone out and taken the lead right away. Was that the case on Thursday?
Yeah, after about probably the first half mile, I tried to get up to the front and stay in first.
That's a little bit of a change in approach for you, because last year that wasn't necessarily your approach. You kind of like to hang back and work your way up. What was the trigger that changed that kind of approach for you?
I think it just helps me push myself more to stay up in the front and not let anyone pass me.
Because you go back to even a week earlier at the turkey trot, and it was a little unusual to see somebody catch you at the end of the race. Mm-hmm. So walk me through what happened in there. Where did Rivera catch you? It had to have been pretty close to the finish line. And then, how does that change your approach for future races?
He caught me right in the finish line, not even a few feet before it. He got right next to me. And I guess I could try to save a little more at the end if he doesn't pass me in the middle. Mm-hmm. And then have a stronger kick at the end.
The big change for you guys this year is that right now you look at the Eagle team 1 through 5 and even 1 through 7 or 8. You guys really made a concerted effort during the off season to pack on some miles. Mm-hmm. How many miles did you run this off season?
I don't know the exact number, but it should have been close to 300.
As far as, what sorts of workouts did you do during the summer, and did you guys get together as a team pretty often and do those workouts?
Yeah, a few of us older guys got together a lot, and kind of just longer, easier runs with a few faster workouts.
How did that shape the team aspect that you guys have employed this season, in that, most races you kind of go out in front, but you've got 4 or 5 guys that are not real far behind you.
Kind of helps us all stick together, try to catch one another.
How valuable has it been for you to have 3 other classmates that have committed themselves to working, just as hard to achieve the ultimate goal?
That's really cool and fun that we can be winning the meets and stuff.
Last Monday at the Eagle Invite, though, it's not very often that you run a home meet in conditions like we had last Monday with the heat and the humidity. Mm-hmm. How did that play into the race? And of course, it was kind of the same dynamic that you saw down in Worthington. You know, Rivera from St. James was right there, and you had the Evers kid from Mountain Lake that were right there.
Mhm.
All three of you were battling, you know, at the front of the pack for most of that race.
The heat definitely made us all run a lot slower, and we even lost Braylon. He didn't finish the race because of the heat.
How do you translate what you're able to do on Wyndham's course to other courses later in the season, particularly when this year's sections is at Madison, which is a very similar course to what we have here?
I think that if it's better weather, it shows that we can do pretty good because we did good on a flat course in the heat.
Tell me about your biggest strength as a runner, because I know that you know you've been running varsity basically since 8th grade, and you know you've progressed steadily, but now it's you know most of this season you've been at the front of the pack in races. What's been the big transition for you? Is it a
I think
confidence thing?
maybe just my ability to like hold a pace, a fast pace for a long time,
Okay.
and
Okay.
push myself pretty hard.
And the other thing is you know in the past, you know, sometimes you've picked out a rabbit to run with. This year, that hasn't been the case. You haven't needed a rabbit. How valuable is that for you and for the team, knowing that you don't necessarily need to pick somebody out from another team to try and keep up with. Everyone's trying to keep up with you.
Uh, I guess it helps the team score a lot that I'm being first.
Last year you made it to state individually. The year before, I believe, what was it? The year before that you guys made it as a team. You were also on that team, so you've had 2 years of state meet experience. How valuable has that been for you this year?
Uh, it's good to like know what the meet is like the course. We already know the course, and with like a lot of people in the teams.
Mm-hmm. I imagine that maybe the bigger factor there though is the preparation, because you know what you had to do in the off season to get to that point. And I imagine that for you as a as a leader on the team, um, it's getting the other guys to understand that. And from what I can tell, those guys are buying in.
Yeah,
How rewarding is that to know that you know these guys take it just as seriously as you do?
yeah, that's pretty good. Good to know that like once we're gone, they'll carry it on and do good.
You've had a freshman running in that front pack this year, though, too. How important is it to have someone like Nolan who took third on Thursday? He's been pretty steadily nipping at your heels a lot of these races,
Hmm.
and um, you know how what's the dynamic there? Because you've got a pretty good core group of juniors, but to have this freshman be able to contribute, that's pretty critical.
Yeah, definitely.
What's the team dynamic like as far as that, you know, embracing a freshman as being an equal?
Um, he kind of just is like one of us. You don't really see an age difference that much.
Looking ahead though, uh, Thursday is probably the big one that you guys have had circled on the calendar, because you go up to Redwood Falls. Redwood Valley right now is a highly ranked state team, and they're in your section. You know, so to to make it to the state meet, they're one of the teams standing in the way. So
Hmm.
what's the preparation for Thursday like? How important is Thursday on your radar as far as preparing ultimately for the section meet?
I think that this week it's just going to be like a lot harder work. Instead of like focusing on like doing good at the Redwood meet, we're just going to be training so that we can be better later in the season.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be good to see like where we're at against them.
Yeah.
Even if we're not at our best.
And, next month, the section meets at Madison. Historically, you guys have run pretty well at Madison. What do you like about that course as a section course?
I like that it's flat, not a lot of like big hills, and the curves are good too, not just like super straight and boring. Going to the winning sections as a team. I don't have a playlist. Probably Redwood as a whole team. Hardworking? I don't know. Fishing and disc golfing.
Well, that should be all we need. Congratulations on a nice win on Thursday. Best of luck the rest of the season. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
GDF is proud to sponsor this week's student athlete. GDF is your go-to for everything Bobcat, Toro, trailers, and attachments. Give us a call, 507-831-5342, and here's to your student athlete of the week.